Well, during these sessions, we have been reflecting on how to find the good life, the life that is really life. We've discussed some big topics like family, relationships, purpose, generosity. But even when many things are going well in much of our lives, one thing that can lessen the feeling of goodness is when we are stressed. Have you ever been on vacation or with loved ones or even on a day off where you're with people who are happy and joyful, but stress keeps you from enjoying the moment? Most of us have been there at times. Or maybe a stressful situation at work causes you to toss and turn at night instead of getting a restful sleep. Our bodies can handle brief situations of stress, but what about longer seasons of stress? In that case, unmanaged stress can be harmful, not just physically, but emotionally and even spiritually. Stress is a natural part of life, but also a challenge. And many people have ideas about how to handle stress. Just search on the internet stress relief and you'll see what I mean. And no doubt some of these things can be helpful. But for people of faith, seasons of stress also invite us to remember what story we are living. That is, do we see our lives in light of the story of a generous God who has come to us? Or are we living a story in which everything falls on our shoulders? The end of the book of Deuteronomy was not written to help modern people through stress. By this point, though, in the book, Moses and the people have lived through some incredibly stressful times, and now Moses is at the end of his journey. But the people called to enter into the next season will have to navigate very stressful and even harrowing events. So in something like a farewell speech, Moses lays out a choice God gives them between actively choosing life, the life God wanted for the people, or saying no to this life. When we find ourselves in stressful seasons, we have to have wise practices that can help us manage our way. But we also must remember the bigger story at work, the story of God with us, a story that calls us to a life of loving action. Sometimes this life will be stressful, but God promises to walk with us, just like God promised to go with the Israelites a long time ago. So as we wrap up this group experience and we think about stressful seasons, may you know that God will give us what we need to keep choosing life.